Alex, have you changed your back lift a little bit?
Straight into it, yeah. That's probably been, what are we? Oh, started last season. Yep. Just changed the hands a little bit. Yeah.
Bit higher?
Yep, just got them up. Just tinkered with it through the off season. I had a bit of time last winter where I didn't play much cricket, so I guess the traditional pre-season was back, and just tinkered with a couple of things. And at the moment it feels good. So yeah, I won't say it's going to last with me forever, but at the moment it's it's feeling quite good in the stance. Yeah.
Steve was saying the other day that a few of those shots were pretty outrageous from you in the first test. Sort of talk us through, I guess, the approach in that second innings and how it evolved.
Yeah, I think Bo got out, and then Paddy come out there, and I don't think I shifted too much. I guess trying to keep the pressure back on the bowlers on that surface was pretty key, and we had a decent lead. I thought probably going into the third day, which turned out to be the last day, we needed over 200, and I thought if we had 200, we're in the game for sure. But to get that 300-run lead was, obviously it was enough. But no, we were really clear, I think, all of us on our methods, next batters in. And I guess that's the strength of this batting lineup, is that we're able to adapt from first innings to second innings. And, Trav and Bo set the platform. And, as Ronnie said and Michael Divenuto said, it's about finding runs and getting runs on these surfaces rather than, sometimes grinding out the opposition. So to, I guess, lift the intent just a little bit seemed to be the way on that surface.
How much do you... I'll go with this.
I was going to say, Steve said he sent you a message from New York. Are you able to sort of share what he said? How it fits it?
What did he say? No, I can't remember. I don't know. A couple of good shots. I'm not sure. Nah.
How did the ticking change come about? Was there
the technicals? Yep.
Yeah. And who was involved? I think you said.
I was just playing around in Adelaide. And I guess looking at the players around the world in T20 cricket, some of the guys keep the bat low on the ground and get it up late, and it's a bit of a timing thing. For me, I feel like if I'm just eliminating sort of any movement, then hopefully my timing's, not out with the pre-movements. I don't move too much. So I try to react to what's bowled. And I feel like if I'm in a pretty still position, that's given me a good opportunity to react to the bowling. So I just played around in the off season back in South Australia. I had a stint at the MLC last year. I didn't play a game, so I had a lot of time training outside, which was nice. But then sort of started to implement it into games and pre-season games as well.
How much does the game position affect you when you go out to bat? Are you aware of that and think, I have to do this or I have to do that? Or do you just go out and say, I'm going to bat?
I try to probably throw the scoreboard out as much as possible. I feel like if I'm just focusing on what's coming down at me, then that's probably the place I need to be in. If I'm focusing on situation of the game, then you can be a little bit distracted. And I know some guys thrive on, what's going on, what's the time, how many balls are bowled, what's our position. I think for me, if I'm just focusing on what's coming down, reacting and keeping a pretty strong intent, then that's the best method for me. So no, I don't really look at game situation. I do understand the game situation and understand when I do go out to bat and what is required. But when the bowler's running in, I'm just trying to react to the ball. So yeah, I don't want to say I'm not focusing on what's going on. I certainly am watching what's happening, but I think if I'm minimising thoughts, that's probably a good place to be in.
Is that a difficult place to get to? Was that natural?
I think I'm still trying to, evolve into what's the perfect, headspace, mindset, technical changes. But I feel like at the moment I'm pretty clear when I go out to bat. I try to get myself into quite a high energy level and intensity level, which some guys in the team probably take the piss out of me a little bit. So I'm a little bit too switched on. But no, I feel like that's probably the best method for me if I'm got the energy up. Focusing on what's coming down at me, that's probably the best headspace for me.
Are you running laps of the dressing room or something? Sure.
Yeah, I don't sit still. No.
What did you make, Alex, of the catch you took off Shy Hope? Terrific diving effort. I mean,
yeah.
You thought it would out straight away? You were
Yeah.
confident it was going to stay out?
I thought it was out straight away, yes. I wasn't confident it was going to stay out when I saw the replay, to be honest. I thought it's been a really difficult, I guess, shift in the third umpiring in what's out and what's not out, and your opinion's different to my opinion. And I thought that was a pretty difficult game, to be honest, to have, 5, 6, 7, 50-50 I guess examples for the third umpire. And look, he's not going to please everyone up there, but I thought he did a really good job. We obviously know the other side, and the other camp was a little bit disappointed with some of them, and I understand that. So yeah, I thought that was a tough game for a third umpire, but I did think it was out. I never thought I fumbled the ball or had any reason to sort of question the decision. But I can understand that, if you're in the other camp, then you have probably questions.
A pleasing one to take, really good one to take.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was nice. A good batter as well, who was scoring some runs. So it was, that was a pretty crucial partnership with Chase and Hope. They got themselves in on that wicket, and it was a nice partnership to break. And I was happy with it.
What's it like batting with Bo 5 tests into his career, and he always looks every bit a test player? Yeah,
he does, and I think picking guys from Sheffield Shield cricket who have got the runs on the board certainly helps. And he's an experienced cricketer. He's had to, I guess, be consistent with his performances to get his opportunity, which is great. And yeah, he hasn't come in and changed his game. Fits into the environment really well with the ball as well. I think we saw last week. We saw it at the SCG. He's very handy with the ball, and his batting is at times it looks probably a little bit unconventional. He's quite a tall batter, and just drops the hands on him and times the ball beautifully. So and again, a bit of an up tempo type player to complement Travis. So now he's come into this group and fit in really well.
I mean, if Steve could come back in 11 for this game, obviously I haven't had a get yet, but
what would it mean? Sorry, was it? Yeah. Class player. I think anytime you add 10,000 runs back into the lineup, you're going to be pretty happy with it. So we'll wait and see today. Obviously, he's having a hit out here. He seems pretty confident. So yeah, he's excited to get back in. But also, it's been tough at the top of the order. So to add, I guess, a little bit more experience is good for the group. But I think they're doing a pretty good job as well.
Do you and Josh work closely when you're on tour? As obviously he's the backup keeper to you. Do you share ideas? Do you train closely together, help each other out? Yeah,
we certainly do. We talk a lot. We're good mates as well. Obviously, if I'm keeping, he's probably got some fielding practice and requirements to do, and I was the same in the ODIs. I had to harden up the hands a little bit in the field. So we saw him in the slips last week. So he'll, probably focus more on that while he's on tour at the moment. But certainly, I think it's great if we're continuing to catch together, to work hard together. There's probably only myself, Josh, and Andre Borovic who know wicket keeping.
And what was it like on night 3, getting to sing the song, changing the baton? Obviously, you and Gaz knew that, but the other boys did.
Yeah, I did think I'd probably have it on night 3, to be honest. It all happened pretty quickly. But yeah, it was I guess a nice moment when Gaz handed it over the night before. Probably wasn't overly prepared for night 3, but it was, a fantastic win. The boys were up and about. So hopefully get to sing it a couple more times this tour.
And any idea on what you'll get here, please?
No, none. Honestly, in terms of the pitch
and I guess
conditions,
here,
there's not much. There's not much to go off, and I think that's exciting. There's an opportunity, I think, to probably get into the game, be well prepared for anything that comes our way. And again, I said I think the beauty of this team's being able to adapt pretty quickly and assess situations.
Obviously had a few days off, a couple of days in Barbados, and I suppose yesterday afternoon here. What have the guys been up to? Anything interesting that anyone's done?
Not really. Had a bit of a snorkel last night out in front of the hotel. It's a really nice hotel. No, I think guys are are pretty relaxed. I think you have to be relaxed in the West Indies, don't you? It's the way to do it. But no, we travelled across yesterday. Have a solid hit out today. I think we've done a fair bit of work coming into the series. So again, it's a main session, but a bit of a top up for the boys. But no, nothing too exciting. No boat trips or anything like that. It's been a bit relaxing around the hotels.
Settle your bills at Cousins.
Yeah. I think the boys are going to miss that for sure.